Okay. The other recording was a little long, so here's the next one. Still tearing down that house. I'm gonna keep at it. Okay, and another thing about the Amazing Digital Circus finale. That whole Ribbit storyline was just supposed to make, fuck, what's it called? Ragatha's line makes sense where she's like, where Pomni's like, hey, does he have any real friends? And she's like, not anymore, and then he gives her a death glare. And it's like, okay, that's cool and all, like, but I didn't like that too much, I guess. Maybe I did, I don't know, maybe I'm projecting. I didn't like that finale a whole lot. There's definitely worse finales. But, you know. I liked the part with the moon. That was a good part, I think. Where Kane's like coming back and the moon's like, I love you, Kane. And then he's like, I never programmed you to say that. And then she's like, I know. And I thought that was sweet. It shows that even if you can't make some people love you, or even if some people don't love you, you know, that's fine, because there might be someone who does. Not for any other reason, just because. But then that also makes me think about Kane kind of like trying to get away from the moon too. And I'm like, what's the message here? Because it looked like he was trying to... Because if you go to the awards show too, he's blushing when he says shut up to the audience, not the audience, the committee who's doing all this shit for him. They're like, we love you, Kane, and then he's like, shut up. And yeah, it's played for laughs, but like, you know, it's right there. And it just gets me thinking, like, I don't think Kane really wants love. More so just, I hate to say the idea of love, but kind of the idea of love. Excuse me. Like, he wants people to like him because he's doing everything for him, pretty much. But he doesn't want the commitment and the volume. I get volume's the wrong word, but it's the word I'm thinking of is loudness. But like, it's not loud either. It's like when you're talking a bunch and you're spending time with each other, and the quality, more or less. He doesn't want any of that. He just wants the affection, which, you know, that's a little toxic if you ask me. If they spent half the movie like just being like, damn, I miss Kane, or something like that, anything like that, then his payoff for coming back would have been a little better. Oh fuck, that dipshit. Completely forgot about you and Chauncey. But there wasn't any. It was just a Jax fest, because everyone fucking loves Jax. Everyone just like fucking loves Jax, and it really does piss me off, because I'm like, he's fine. He's a fine character. He's perfectly serviceable, but he's not that deep, dude. He's not that deep. He's just a fucking edgelord. He's just an edgelord who's actively trying to kill everyone, all your favorite characters. But you know, I'm a Ragatha enjoyer, so where's my standing with Ragavan? That's weird. But he's not a good character in my opinion. He's supposed to be complex and shit, but he just abstracts before having another crash out. The only crash out he has is with Pomni. And of course the you're manipulating me with Ribbit, but the only real crash out he has is with Pomni that we see. And he doesn't have any more crash outs to make him, say, sympathetic or hateable even. They don't even pick a lane. They're trying to redeem him with like Sad Jax who's all chained up and shit. And it's like, yeah, but in pretty much all the other realities where where one of the other people abstract or die, you're fine. And we're supposed to believe that Sad Boy is really you. Okay, sure. The part that I liked most though was his backstory with his mom. I thought that was pretty cool. I liked the static effect they had there. That was really nice. I thought that was pretty dope. But the fact that that's his whole motivation, he didn't accidentally, well, he did accidentally almost kill his mom, but I don't know. I don't really fuck with him too much, honestly. But that shouldn't just be the sole reason for him being edgy. I feel like there should be more. Okay. When these little chickadees grow up, that's when and start laying eggs, that's when I'm gonna do the thing. But look, both farms are... Dude, I'm in business over here. It was not peak, though. That finale was the opposite of peak. It was fine. It was good. It was good as a thing. It was fine. Peak? Nuh-uh. Fine. Yeah. I'd say it's fine. It's literally just like the Neil Cicerega song. The one that takes too long to get started. Try and think about which one I'm talking about. Give me more longhorns. I want some longhorn steak. The stone cutter? Yeah, the stone cutter. What kind of rock do you want me to mine, guy? Wake up. Okay. Looks like you don't want me to mine anything, just buy stone from you. The profits, dude. How I feel about Kristen Dunst. It's Fred Durst and Kristen Dunst. I'm pretty sure anyway. She's the lady who played Mary Jane Watson in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. I don't really know how I feel about her playing Alex in the new Minecraft movie. Not because I'm not a fan of her, but I don't think that they need like a whole like Matt Berry, Hero Brian, Alex Minecraft, like whole secondary cast thing. If anything, just keep the first one and just show Herobrine in like half a frame, and that would be perfect. They'd be like, "Yo, did you see Herobrine?" And then everyone would be like, "The fuck are you talking about? You crazy?" And then you'd be like, "No, I definitely saw Herobrine," and that brings back the exact kind of energy Herobrine had. Okay, they call me Dunder Mifflin for a reason. Yes, I be the paper supplier. And I need to build my actual villager breeder before I can make anything substantial with the trade hall. Or at least I need to make a better trade hall. That's definite. That's a definite, yeah. Maybe you'll show me where a desert is, huh? What you got for me? Change. Here you go. Oh hey, Chauncey. This is the cemetery. I have to start cutting down those trees. Something like a little training ground's going to go on the back of the library. Like a little forest here, full of different trees. Like a tree collection area. If I combined both of these churches, that would be one hell of a breeder. Oh my god, I also watched I didn't watch the rail. I watched The Whale recently. It was with Brendan Fraser. It's pretty good. I liked it. Thought it was really funny at the end when he got up and started walking over and then it just ended. That was really funny. But to be honest, to be quite frank, I think that he kind of fell on Sadie Sink. I don't have any proof for that or any evidence, but I think the fade to white and him going up on his toes was him finally dying and, like, you know, He was content with his life since Sadie Sink was reading the essay. Say that 10 times fast. And he was like finally content with his life, and everything was going as planned, and he was going to die just like he wanted. And then, since she was like right there, and he walked right over to her, he fell forward directly onto her, crushing her instantly. At least I don't think she would have suffered. You know, chest organization might not be that bad. Now, every type of wood that I have that's not bamboo has to get tossed into the furnace in order to smelt. Because I can always get more bamboo. But getting the other wood would be difficult. Not difficult, just tedious. What the hell? Why not? I need the books for enchanting. I totally forgot to enchant some of the books. So, I'm doing that now. Nope, guess not. Although... none of these would go together. I'm gonna add some false shelves. What the heck? Okay, it would be up. I feel like I just saw it. There it is. Slabs. Okay. That's all I need. Say no more. Slabs you want shall... You shall... Slabs you want! It's slabs you shall get. First try. I've been watching Lord of the Flies recently. It's pretty good. The new one. I like the fisheye lens and the facial acting of the actors. I think they're doing a wonderful job. Really, I can't wait to see what more they do with their careers. I feel like there should be a path going downward. Yeah, there totally should be, man. It'll cross right into this. Doesn't this look nice? Although I do feel like my enchanting room should be up there, and the storage room should be down here. Then we'll put this here. These are for the enchanted books. I like the part in the Digital Circus finale where, when Ragatha died and Pomni kind of became Ragatha for a second, Jax just like totally snapped and just pounced on her. I thought that was really funny. Not funny, cool. I thought that was cool. But it just showed like cycles repeating itself, you know? There's it's just gonna be someone who's a little too caring. And Jax hates that. Maybe because it reminds him of his mom? Who knows? Well, I should really organize these into sections. Respiration for the head, so it's at the top. Fire aspect for the weapon, so it'll be on this side. Not a spear though, so it'll have to be here. Efficiency for the pickaxe, so it'll have to be over here. Depth strider for your boots. Thorns for your armor. Yeah. That's going. Yeah. Omnidirectional bookshelves. You know, this room is really coming together. Okay. You know, I kind of wish a lot more media took itself kind of seriously. Like how, not gonna pick of an example, but I guess I'm gonna try and think of some. It's like, you know, they're all a lot of animated media anyway is usually kind of sort of silly, which it's animation, it's supposed to be silly, but it doesn't take itself like seriously. There's not like character stakes. And I guess it's supposed to be light and all that, but you know, maybe a bit of edge, you know? Like major character deaths or I don't know, episodic structures or something of that variety. If it's for kids, you know, they should be exposed to this shit. Aware that it sucks and like death and shit sucks. And aware that like it really can happen to just about anyone at any given time. And that the stakes are permanent. And even if it's escapist, it doesn't have to be all like brooding and edgy and blood everywhere, but they could just sit with it. and be like, holy shit, man, that's I don't know what to do now, because now we got to find a new not problem, a new solution, because our mechanic guy is like totally off in Never Never Land, where he never wants to leave, and we tried to get him out, but we couldn't get him out, you know? And it's something like that. A metaphor for addiction or whatever, I don't know. I'm not a show writer. Yeah, this place is really coming together. You just throw another, like, some bookshelves with some other shelves like this scattered right in the middle here. Maybe a little nook. Yeah, I'm gonna move this stuff. Okay. And then I'll put some mob heads here or something. Candles! Dude! Dude! The fucking beehives, dude! Oh my god! Oh my god, there's like a beehive over here somewhere. Okay. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Real quick. Okay, yeah, you'll sting me, but you'll die. Oh boy, I sure hope I can find this thing. Doggy! Oh, you're coming with me. You'll be the start of my dog army. Okay. You know, I gotta think of a better name than Docky and Horsey. The armadillo. That's what I was going for. Honeycomb. Just pumping them out. Your collar should be blue as well. You know, I'm gonna assemble the Power Rangers. You know, way back when, 2017, almost 10 years ago, there was this Power Rangers movie. Trailer 1 was so fucking hyped, dude. They had Kanye West Power playing. The Power Rangers were doing this the cool walk trope wasn't overused yet. And so it had right as the song was kicking in, they was walking up a ramp or something. And that shit was hype. That got me excited. And I remember I was really conflicted because my parents were super anti-queer, but you know, I'd heard somewhere that there was a queer character in the movie, and I knew they wouldn't let me see it just for that fact alone. Didn't want me anything rubbing off on me, of course. But that's not how it works. Simply not a fact of reality. Yeah. So I didn't tell him. Thanks, Lily. I didn't tell him, and I went and saw it, and it was fine. It was fine. But the queer character was the Yellow Ranger, and it wasn't even like progressive in any sense of the word. It was, if anything, it's a blink and you'll miss it type thing, where where they're like the Yellow Ranger, she's like, or they're like sitting by the bonfire. I like the movie. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, but you know, it still does have its flaws. They're sitting by this campfire and they're talking with each other, getting to know each other as a team. And they're like, gender, what does it even mean? What does any of it even mean? And I'm like, okay, I see you. I see you. That's obviously. And I didn't pick up on that at first because I was still an egg, but you know, besides the point. Maybe I was also a little dense. But, you know, it was really funny. Not really funny, but actually kind of crazy that Rita Repulsa started dead naming a movie. I was him the other day, and he's like, "Yo, who's Dee Dee?" And I'm like, "Cause she said her name's Trini, which is actually a play on the fact that the Power Rangers, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series, I forgot. I think they changed the actress, but yeah, they just straight up went by a different name at one point. From Trini to Dee Dee or something like that, or maybe that's a Mandela effect. But there's a connection somewhere there with the name, and I think it was really cool that they used that as a trans allegory. But thought it was insane, dude, that they just started dead name. Alvin just started dead naming Spider-Man, dude. Fighting? Take me out of it so much, I'd be like, whoa, whoa. Okay, it ends right now, but you're going to get a bit extra. What the fuck are you talking about? Why are you going off like that, man? That's so uncalled for. But that's just nuts to me. Like, who gave her this information? There's some skulls that need to be cracked. Any more scoop for me? Fine. There it is. The chicken treatment it is. I was supposed to light that netherrack on fire, but I've never gotten around to it. Get in there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they played my song. Oh. I had to do it to him. I need to enter this cave first. Well, Not first and foremost. Most of all. But the spiders, of course. Yeah, that's why. I need the spider eyes to breed the armadillos. Give me your clothes. Okay. There's some spiders. Ooh, that's a lot of them. Any spider eyes? No spider eyes. Never gone down here before. Whoa. Well, you would think a spider eye would be very easy to come across, but... Oh no, the iron golem! Oh, how can I forget? Literally the reason I made the armor stand. Oh boy, do I have a lot of editing in front of me! Mending! It's infrastructure building time, okay? I think I'm just going to build a bunch of infrastructure. I need paper. I need paper. Yeah, I wouldn't try that if I were you, man. I will not hesitate if you get out. This I gotta adjust a little bit, but it's going to be like this thing where I can just hold on. You'll see. You'll see. This one through. I really didn't think this one through. You know, that Spider-Man Noir show was pretty good. I love Nick Cage in anything he's in. He's honestly my favorite actor ever, so he's just so over the top. Dude, Con Air is a great movie. Single-handedly, if I wasn't Nicolas Cage's like #1 fan when I saw Ghost Rider, I think Con Air solidified that. But, you know, that's besides the point. As Ben Reilly Spider-Man, it was he was pretty good. He was washed out and he looked the part. He sounded the part. Hell, he even acted he acted differently than Spider-Man would, which, like traditional Spider-Man, I mean, Peter Parker Spider-Man. And I thought that was pretty cool. But it just got me thinking about the Clone Saga. And that was kind of lame. But, you know, besides the point. I think that orphan kid that Janet was teaching was Peter. Excuse me. Young Peter Parker. And it's technically his Uncle Ben, who's like, well, uncle in the community term. Who's like, you know, showing him all this shit. And he's like, oh wow. Then one day, surely, when he bites him or whatever, he'll be like, or he even clones himself and puts his mind in there. That's some Spider-Man clone shit. Spider-Man, dude. You know, I bet Paul's going to be in the next fucking Spider-Man movie too, the one with Tom Holland. And Venom. I bet Venom's the surprise villain that they're like holding from us. It's going to be Scorpion versus Spider-Man versus Venom. And I can't wait to see Michael Mando in the role. I loved him in Better Call Saul. He was excellently cast there.